So, yes, starting. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It's my honor and pleasure to do the role of Sergeant at Arms. I'm happy to welcome you all to our Chennai Tamil online English meeting. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we proceed the meeting, we have some basic rules I request everyone to follow. Kindly set your mobile phone in silent mode. Let's take few seconds to set our mobile phone in silent mode. Thank you so much. I request all the speakers to follow the timing guidelines. Do not interrupt during the meeting. If you have any feedback, please share it with us at the end of the meeting. With that, I am happy to introduce our today's presiding officer, Toastmaster Deepak. She is our dynamic leader. Today I added one extra line. The line is, today we have star speakers as well as best role player. It's all because of Toastmasters Sivaramakrishnan, Abdul Halir as well as our Deepak Raj. Let's give big round of applause and enjoy our meeting. Let's welcome today's presiding officer, Toastmaster Deepak Raj. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Kavitha, ma'am. So thanks for encouraging all the speakers over here and also the new budding speakers in the session too. One thing which I really so
is it just me or is it
we have a batch in our company. Can you able to hear me?
Yes, now it's better.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay, hope you can hear me now. It's better, I hope, I believe. If I'm clear, just go thumbs up. Yeah, that's perfect. Down the line and near to the Salem, I found a girl who go to a college gate and wait in the college gate and wait for the principal sir to come. Uh, the college principal, the chairman used to go to the gate entrance on a daily basis, but the girl keeps on waiting for it and ensure she happened to see the principal. And the peon used to say, "Get rid of, ma'am, you don't stand over here. We are not here to entertain these things, or else my job will be over. So don't stand in the gate." But the girl keeps coming to the gate and keeps watching the gate. And the institution is a great institution. But the girl really want to meet the principal. One final day, when the principals keep on watching this girl, the principal was out of curious and asked the girl, "Girl, what do you really want? If you need some money, I can give it to you." The girl said, "Sir, I need one admission over here." And the principal is all laughed. I said, "There are a lot of courses over here. It's a kind of an university. But what is your passion? What do you really want to be?" "Sir, I don't have a passion or something like that. But tell me a course which is least minimum so that I can enroll myself and get into this college." So it was a minimal course. It was kind of a BA economics, I believe, because each and every college, this arts college or BA economics, BA English should be least minimum. The sir said that, "Okay, you can take BA economics." And the girl said that, "I will pay on month basis, not on a semester basis. Whatever money that comes to me as a part-time, I will pay it for you." The principal agreed towards it, and 3 years got completed. The college had a great campus placement, and one of the great IT companies came for the campus drive. And the first girl to get selected was this girl. Let's say the girl name is XYZ. Okay. everybody wondered because she took an BA economics and she happened to crack the rounds of interview of a CMM 5 level company. The principal asked, how did you crack it? The girl said, "Sir, I really want to get a degree, but the knowledge is not limited to the degree that what I study. I made use of the library. I made use of the library books, everything which I helped them to study, and I happened to crack the entrance exam of any CMM 5 level companies." Uh, so post that, after getting into the campus placement, after she's getting a good salary, the first thing what she did is that she happened to sponsor at least 5 to 10 underprivileged students who really want to get in the campus, who are really downtown and who really doesn't had a chance to get into studies. So uh, I happen to see, as a my profession is into HR. I happen to see a lot of people get some time getting into colleges or getting into companies where sometimes there are a lot of buffer times is there. Uh, I always tell them, if you have a place, if you have an AC, you have a PC in front of you, and you have an internet connection, make use of it. Whatever you want to study, whatever you want to learn, it's all up to you. How do you want to explore yourself? So learning is, there is no stop at all. Whatever there's nothing called like, okay, this learning, this study is a mute in the world. There's nothing progress in the world. It's not at all like that. Whatever you study, whatever you learn, somewhere somehow it will be useful for you in any part of your life. Even in Toastmasters, we happen to hear a lot of table topic sessions or prepared sessions. Each and every for prepared speakers, we tend to get a lot of knowledge from them, and from them we attain the particular knowledge where it will be useful any board meetings or any team meetings or any practical life or any personal life. That's what will helpful for us. So. And this is always helpful for me. And in the PO, as a president officer, I just wanted to orient on what is the learning that I got for it. So do we have any guests today so that we can have a short introduction from them before getting into opening the meeting? Do we have a guest? Hope, I guess there is no guest, I believe. Okay, then we can start the meeting now. Um, Before that, okay. As I open the session, I don't, just a minute, I try to take the, okay, I'm sorry about it taking some time because I just wanted to introduce the TMOD. So officially, I just want to declare Chennai Toastmasters Club session 33 open. And when I'm saying this, everybody have to clap their hands, please. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And unfortunately, I don't have the introductions of the TMOD, but I just want to have a round guess about Nanda. So TMOD Nanda is an aspiring person who loves to talk with people and gain more knowledge. And today, I think he's passion in mathematics, and because the theme revolves around the theme name of mathematics, and he loves cricket, he loves watching movies, and love to spend time with friends. These sessions are oriented from my sides because I used to take care of talent acquisition. Most of the resumes have this kind of verbatim. So on that note, I welcome TMOD Nanda on the dais and take it forward. TMOD Nanda, welcome with you with huge claps from us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. That was so generic and accurate as well. Am I audible and visible once again?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I was wondering where all these texts and intro you are getting it from. Like partly it was accurate because statistically you were able to, as an HR, you were able to pick up the words which are commonly or frequently appearing in most of the resumes which we come across. But yeah, that was very smart guess. Yeah. Kudos to such insights. I will use it similar level of introduction in the upcoming meetings which I get to where I don't have any speakers intro. So in the comments I posted something, right? Like France, spinal cord, and Jeff Bezos. Anybody can find any connections between these three elements? Any thoughts? Yeah,
Maybe
there is
all
no
those are
right answer,
second
wrong
places in
answer.
recent times.
Come again, come again.
All those three are second in recent times. Like a Francis a runner-up, same way second Jeff Bezos second billionaire in the list. Maybe spinal cord would be a second support system of the body.
Okay, that's an interesting insight, but yeah, but I intended it in a different fashion. Yeah, but that's a very good insight as well. So they are closely connected to our meeting somehow, actually. If you can see the chat, if you can see the participants, there'll be Jeff Bezos in the list, actually.
They don't act the way they talk.
Yeah, I was just joking. So France, spinal cord, and Jeff Bezos, all three are related to number 33. So that is the first clue. So what is their association with 33? That is the first clue. So that is our meeting number for today's day. So, okay. Rather than building up the tension further.
Is there anything body shaming comedy around Jeff Bezos being involved in this? No, right?
No.
Okay, thank God.
No. Yeah. I will reveal it further. France country code is +33, +33. So when you have to dial up for someone in France, you have to hit +33. Spinal cord has 33 vertebrae or bones, which makes it up as it's a special bone. It's not just like another bone. So vertebrae is one kind of bone which is stacked up one layer over other, which forms the entire spinal cord, which supports us. And Jeff Bezos is an interesting comment, I would say. So 33 is the age of Jeff Bezos when he became the first, when he accumulated his first $1 million. So he became millionaire when he was 33 years old, officially at least. So that is the connection with the 33 and all these three elements. Any other interesting comments from 33 you guys could you conjure up from any other participants? Is there any 33 or something which revolves around your life which is intricately related to 33, number 33?
Yeah, I'm Kiran from Oceans. Okay, I would like to share. It's not exact 33, at least around 30. So when I was searching for the job, right, around I have tried in the couple of more than 30 plus interviews, and I'm not sure exactly in between 33 or 34 or 35. Then I have selected company. So those I experienced in the really help me a lot kind of things.
That's interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Kiran. Yeah. So one another example I would give is we can segment our nutritions or food intake in segments of 33, 33, 33. So proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. So if we make sure that whatever food we eat is regulated in the proportions of 33% of proteins, 33% of carbohydrates and proteins, it will be a balanced diet which will sustain us to be sharp and focused at the same time, sustain a longer lifespan. So a final example around 33 is economicals for macroeconomics point of view. So if you see, so there are needs. So we have to segment our salary or monthly income or monthly expenditure, the amount of money we deal with per month into three segments ideally. The first segment is 33%, which is like the needs. So definitely we need it, like all the utilities, etc. So 33%, again, second segment would be like wants. So it'll be good to have these things. The third 33 segment is all about savings. So if we fragment our money into 33, 33, 33, these three buckets, it will be helping us to deal with our money in a more systematic fashion. So that's all about 33s, but this meeting is nowhere related to that 33 number. Just I wanted to have an icebreaker sort of thing. And thanks for all participating. So this meeting is all about how curves are in the realm of mathematics, how they are fascinating. So before starting on curves, like I would like to, in the benefit of guests and to the new members, I would like to explain the structure of Toastmasters meeting. So generally, we have three segments in Toastmasters meeting, just like I said, 33, 33, 33, to adding up to around 100%. So the first segment the first segment is all about prepared speeches, where the speaker prepares the content rehearses their script and then have connect discussions with their mentor to revise it and upgrade it, and then delivers a prepared speech corresponding to their project and pathway. That will be which will be evaluated by an evaluator. The second segment is a fun segment where you have the speaker has to think quickly in his or her feet. It's all about table topics. The third segment is all about evaluation. So what went well? How can we improvise further? How can we challenge ourselves and be an automatic version of ourselves in the upcoming meetings? So that is all about the third segment. So this is the periodic structure of a Toastmasters meeting in general. So without further ado, I'll call upon the general evaluator for the day. So the general evaluator of the day is again a statistical person, just a favorite topic of mine. So though he knows absolutely nothing about me, he was able to conjure enough information about me through statistical analysis. That instantly made me, I am his fan. And I don't know, seriously, he's having some audio issues or he is in different planet. We are having alien noises also from his side. So we'll find out which one of it is true. So without further ado, I will call upon Toastmaster Deepak to carry on or to explain the rules of general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak. I hope I am audible.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, TMOD Nanda.
Yeah.
I had some internet issues. I'm just switching between my mobile and laptop. So really sorry for that one. So as a general evaluator, one thing evaluation something which is more different from the other schools, colleges, IT companies, and from away from Toastmasters in the sense everybody used to say, what happened during my days. So the evaluation starts from your school, college. The teachers will tell you, professors will tell you, parents will tell you, and the only evaluation part in our life below our age who can give us evaluation is two people. Before marriage will be girlfriend, after marriage will be wife. Okay, so and in Toastmasters is one thing which is interesting is that evaluation will given by around by 360 degree of people, whichever age they are, they'll give you feedback to you, and that's more interesting. From let's say from a Gen Z kid will give an evaluation to a person who is more experienced, maybe in the timing part, maybe in the evaluation part, the R counter part, wherever it is, they give it the own version, and it's time to accept the feedback and adapt themselves. That's what the world is accepting for it. So as a general evaluator, I have a tag team who was going to help me on this one. On the timer part, I have a person who is a professional, is 15 years of experience in the control engineer for textile machinery part, and his current job is working as an assistant manager, research and development, Saru Textile Solutions, Gujarat. So he is from Gujarat and from Textile Solution. One solution from the timer is that, sir, can we have like 5XL, 6XL, 7XL designs, shirts and pants in all showrooms so that I'll be more happy. And it's time to introduce the timer part to Toastmaster Pandian on the dais. Toastmaster Pandian, please orient on the timer role so that it will be helpful for us.
Thank you, General Evaluator Deepak Raj. Today I am taking the role of timer role. So time for speaker 1 and speaker 2, evaluator speaker 1 and speaker 2, 5 to 7 minutes. 5 is green, 6 is for yellow, and 7 is for red. And evaluator also 10 to 15. Evaluator and speaker 1 is 10 to 15 minutes. Evaluator 1 and speaker 1, 10 to 15 minutes. Evaluator 2 and speaker 2, 5 to 7 minutes. Table topic 1 to 2 minutes. I hope everybody will be time conscious, and this meeting will be also start the time and it will be end at the time. Thank you for all your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandian, for the orienting the timer role. Right now, the next part will be the R counter one. The person is from Salem and she completed her BBA in Shasta College, Kumbakonam. She's working as a sub teacher. Guys need to be more aware because this is a teacher already, so she'll be more strict in the evaluation part. and in the Salem Arya Elementary School, and she want to achieve her goal. So over to the our counter person, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Please share our guidelines.
Thank you, General Evaluator Deepak. Good evening, everyone. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words and sounds including well, so, but, and you know. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, General Evaluator Deepak.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Sangeeta. And to read what is the choice of words, how much you're doing it, and ensure we use the correct passage of sentences. And also to orient on word of the day, we have a person. He's from Guruvanjeri, but grown up in Kolathur and moved to Guruvanjeri for work. I don't know why he moved out of Kolathur, not to talk about politics here. A software quality analyst and working is in adapt mobile and cloud applications. He's a gamer, tech enthusiast, Tamil enthusiast, and also interested in philosophy and sociology and movies. I think we asked for his introduction, but he gave for matrimony introduction. But nice on talking about it. Time to introduce the grammarian Toastmaster Venkatesh Prasad. Over to you for the grammarian role. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for the amazing introduction, Deepak Raj. By the way, I gotta change my introduction. Like I just gave it roughly just as a rough introduction for the first session. I gotta change it hereafter, and it has its own gag role with it. It comes with its own perks, by the way. And as the role for today as a grammarian, I'll be evaluating the usage of today's word of the day, which is trajectory. And it's a bit, it is a wonderful word. I'm happy with it. But it is also a bit weird that we also had the same word last week as well. Yeah. And also look for people's usage of this word and the idiom of the day, which is go with the flow. Everybody loves to go with the flow unless you are in a clutch. So giving the stage back to Deepak, and I think that suffices my role, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh, on orienting on the word of the day and everything. If possible, Venkatesh, just put the word of the day and the idiom of the day in the comment box so that whenever they want to look into it, they can see the comment box, and while using the phrases and sentence, they can make use of it. Okay, this is not only the tag team, and this is one little person over here to understand whether we are been listening or not. Okay, we can have our HOD, we can have a teacher and principal, but we always have a kind of an exam evaluator, right? Who comes around each and every day, whether you've been very strict, whether you're correct or not. That kind of a person we have, and the person is studying in second year of biotechnology in St. Joseph College of Engineering. I guess your handwriting should be very good, ma'am. And she's a curious person in exploring new things, especially in innovation and research. Great. There's a lot of innovation need to do in the biotechnology part, and she's current passionate is career field as biotechnologist. The only biotechnology, the drawing which I know is amoeba, which I get 5 marks during my childhood days. And it's time to introduce Ashwini, our trivia master. Over to you, Ashwini.
Hi, sir. Thank you for my introduction. I'm Ashwini S. And today I have the opportunity to be your trivia master. My role is to listen carefully to all the speeches and presentations throughout the meeting. So thank you, and I'm looking forward to the session.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ashwini, for orienting your roles and responsibilities. One small request. I think during the meeting, people tend to talk in online. One respect which we can give to them is that turning on your camera, off your mic, and giving appreciation whenever needed. So people who are in muting yourself, off your camera, please on the camera. That will be really encouraging for them. I know it's hard to sit in online camera session, but that's the only respect that we can give to them. So please turn on a camera whenever it's possible, and it will be helpful for each and everybody to encourage them, help them to do a lot of great sessions over here. So that's it from the general evaluation side, and the dais over to the TMOD Nanda, and over to you, Nanda. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Yeah. That said, I would like to again come back to the topic of the day, or the theme of the day. So I saw some anxious nerves, thinking that I'm going to take a maths lecture and take you on a trajectory of boredom. Actually, but that's not going to be the case. So okay, let me share my screen and quickly. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how to share the screen from here.
Do you have access to share it, Nanda? Because I think only someone should give an access to share the screen.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that. Yes, I have that. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, is my screen visible?
No, it's not visible.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, what we can do, Nanda, okay, I think it's visible now. It's perfect.
Yeah. So when there are 2 points, for instance. Let's say A, there is point B. So if one has to go from point A to point B, what is the immediate response your mind says actually?
Draw a straight line.
Yeah, correct. So that's how nature has been teaching us for quite some time. So when we try to draw a straight line between 2 points, what are the elements of a straight line? For instance, let's say if I put a graph over it, and so how do we? What are the characteristics of a straight line? For instance, it's closely related with the leadership as well. There is no wrong answer. It's all analogies and.
You should have a point to talk.
It should
Correct.
have start
So,
and end, and it should
okay.
be straightforward without any bend.
180 degree.
Perfect. That's a very valid point. So to interpolate a straight line between 2 points, we need to know a starting point and the ending point of where we want to go. And similarly, the leader should be consistently knowing, or without deviating. He should have a single consolidated effort, which means the slope is constant. For instance, any point you take between 2 points in straight line, and try to plot the delta change, in the x-axis and y-axis, it is perfectly constant. So that's what a straight line teaches us. So that forms a very bedrock of leadership, understanding where we are. So if I know only where I'm, for instance, for the point A, only then I'll be able to pitch my, or build a trajectory from A to B through a straight line. If the leader doesn't know, then the team is, the point A is for perhaps here or perhaps here, then there is no point in building this straight line. So we have to refactor our curve to reach from A to B in a different fashion altogether. So that is the first curve, I would say. So though it is straight line is also a curve with curvature of 0 value, which teaches the bedrock that we have to have a consistent vision of where we are, for instance, and similarly where we want to go. So with that said, we have 2 amazing speeches lined up for today. So the first speaker is an amazing person whom I got to know a few minutes back. Though he attended 30 to 34 interviews to be precise, but his willpower shows that attending 30 to 34 interviews itself is it requires a lot of endurance and deterministic charisma to do that. And to evaluate his speech, we have an amazing evaluator. So his name is a blend of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. So I would love to know more about him as well. So I would call upon evaluator 1 Sivaramakrishnan to list down the details of the speech objectives for speaker 1, Toastmaster Kiran. Over to you, evaluator
I think
1.
TMOD you have mixed match. Yeah, Toastmaster Kiran was evaluated, Sivaramakrishnan was a speaker.
Okay, I was just understanding or testing whether you guys are listening my speech or not. So that's a good catch. Yeah.
Okay.
So over to you.
Yeah.
Over to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. Yeah, greetings to all. My name is Kiran, and today's my target speaker is the Toastmaster Ramakrishna, and he is attempting from Pathways Dynamic Leadership Level 4 Bed Speaker Series. The purpose of this project is to deliver a presentation from the Toastmaster Education Series to learn and educate club member about way to improve speaking and the leadership skills and contribute to the club experience. The speaker will follow the outline while adding their own knowledge, example, style. Under that speech duration, it will be 10 to 15 minutes. Overview.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kiran, for wonderfully stating the objectives for the target speaker. Without further ado, I will call upon the target speaker, Sivaramakrishnan. Audience is the king. Audience is the king. Sivaramakrishnan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Mr. Nanda. Team, please confirm if you are able to see my screen once I share. Can you see my screen? Perfect. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Sivaramakrishnan from Dubai Tamil Malayalam Toastmasters Club. Currently, I'm in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm doing level 4 with my pathway dynamic leadership. And today we're going to see about the better speaker series. When we approach level 4, it is not only the project speech, you'll have one elective. Then we need to speak about club success series, where we can talk about the elements which can improve us as well as the club to take it to the next level, how we can move the club towards becoming a distinguished club. And the next is the better speaker series, how we all as a speaker can improve ourselves. And there are multiple elements out of which I chose audience is the king, where the content is all about what are the audience variables, how to keep the audience attention towards us. It is not just capturing the attention at the initial stage and later on leaving it loose. How we can retain that audience attention with us throughout the speech. Third, how to approach the audience. Fourth, setting the speech objective. And finally, the conclusion. Before I start my speech, I would like to share a small story, an incident, in fact, not a story, a real incident which had happened in my college days. Way back, 18 years back, when I was doing my college, I was one among the good speakers. I was a member of finance club, and our professor, Mr. Ashok, was the head of the club. Minimum once or twice in a month, we would be asked to deliver a speech in the nearby schools and colleges where either the management is closely associated with the Lions Club, or if the schools have got elements like NSS, NCC, where the students are more often get to interact with the public, in such occasions, we would be asked to deliver a speech. On one fine day, when myself and my friend Venkat, we were in the laboratory and we got a call from the HOD saying, Shiva and Venkat, you both are going to deliver a speech in Tamil, which is at a government school. Please you both discuss, get a topic, and it should not be just a speech so that, the students would get bored. Rather, it should be a discussion where you ask the question, the other man should reply, and there should be a message for the school kids. We both got a bit excited as well as a bit nervous. Even though we were good speakers, we were not given a specific topic to talk about. That is number one. Number two, how to talk in general and get the attraction of the audience, and how to keep the school kids listening to us for almost 1 hour. We both decided to talk about love, the infatuation, how the infatuation gets blown in the age when you step into your 15s and 16s, and how does it become strong or how does it make you weak. These are the elements which try to add, and how you can focus on your studies. We thought that this would attract the attention of the school kids as well as the teachers, and there is a small thin borderline between talking about infatuation and influencing the kids get drifted away to unwanted issues. We prepared it very well. We reached the school, everything is set. You know what happened? We expected it could be a higher secondary school, but we were taken to a primary school. The audience were 4th standard and 5th standard kids. Number two, there is no mic. You can't keep saying, kids, cool down, sit in your place. Now the brothers are going to talk, listen to them. Those things won't work. Number three, there is no provision of a stage or a dais. It's a simple ground where you also have to stand on the same ground and talk to the kids. The kids were seated on the ground. And most importantly, next to the school, not very much, at least within 500 meters, there was a public event and the songs were played so loud in speakers. We were having just 30 minutes to start the program. Myself and Venkat, we started, come on, whatever has happened, bygones are bygones. Let us start planning something new, which will fit this particular audience, given the situation, no mic, and you also have something happening next to the school, very pretty much within 500 meters, which is going to distract the kids. We demolished all those things. The trajectory from talking about love versus infatuation has gone to something. What is your future? How you can make this 4th and 5th standard children to think about their future. What would we really like to become? In Tamil Nadu, in a remote district, if you go and ask a kid, he may directly tell either two options, which is still prevailing, either a doctor or an engineer. Apart from these two, they were not having, even now, they would not be having much of awareness about the various elements, what is happening around. So we thought to split, not just go with the flow, but make the flow streamlined so that the audience can get benefited out of the speech. We thought to talk about the various elements, what is available in science, what is available in economics, point by point, and the trajectory went very well. And that speech process was one of the successful speeches which I would consider in my career so far as a speaker. Today, with that experience, I'm going to share a few elements with you on how to become a better speaker while considering the audience as the king. Always remember, when we say consumer is the king in a business, and when it comes to business of speech, audience is the king. With this, let us start. Audience variables. Kindly, before you go for the speech, check with the organizing team or the committee all these given data, ensure that you have it in your hand. What is the age range? Are we going to have kids or retired people? Is it a silver club or someone in teens or someone in 20s to 40s? This decides the topic very well. Or if the topic is fixed, The age range may help you to frame the speech structure, brings the humor elements, what sort of humor elements this group can understand and enjoy, and which factor may get into their mind and brain instantly when you speak. Male-female ratio, occupation and economic status. This plays a vital role if you're going to talk something about savings. If you're going to talk something about money, this factor must be known. Educational background. This factor influences you about the tools that you're going to use. Imagine talking to people where their education background is just below 10th standard and they're working as a laborer somewhere here. I'm into HSC profession. I have to talk about safety in design, safety in construction, safety in management, safety in operations, wherever health, safety, environment is mandatory. But the elements and the modulation and all the additional fittings differ from place to place based on the audience and the occupation. The approach I talk to a senior manager about safety is totally different from a laborer who is going to do the welding or the gasketing at site. The educational background also to be considered. Political orientation, which geographical area and which sort of, it's not about just the politics, what sort of influence he or she has got because of their geographical location. And how you have to set your tone, words, accent accordingly. And whether you believe me or not, the leisure activities of the audience also decides your attractive element. If it is a group of artists, you can even start with a song. If it is a group of patients, sometimes we were asked to give motivational speech to the cancer patients, and the leisure activities have to be tuned accordingly. These are the few elements which I got today to put it in front of you based on my experience. The most important, attract the audience attention and try to keep it. Don't leave the grip, don't leave a loose end with the audience attention. This is very critical for a speaker to get attested or to get approved as a better speaker among the audience. The room acoustics, is it going to be an open room or with soundproof? Do you have got a mic and speaker set? If it is a cable mic, please go and check to what distance you need to keep the mic away from the speaker so that it doesn't raise. That creep noise will kill you as well as the audience interest. You have to keep the mic very close. How the speaker is oriented. Is it a collar mic? Does it got a proper grip? Every element needs to be checked, which you think is very, very minor, not a big deal, will cost an arm and leg when you come to the actual situation. See the seating arrangement. Is it a U table or a straight or simply sitting on ground? Have you given enough space for you to move around? How can you see the audience to their eyes? Seating element decides it. Lighting. This also differs. If it is just a stage show, comedy talk, light is focused on my head and the entire room is dark. I need not to see the audience face. But if it is something going to be motivational, or am I going to project something behind me? Do I have a screen? In that case, the lighting has to be checked well before you project your screen. Temperature control, outside noise. My dear friends, kindly have a check on this. If at all you're going for a speech during any good seasons, like let it be a celebration or an election, whatever it is, have a check on it. And other possible distractions, of course, which may people open and closing the door, the cracks out of the door. Every element needs to be checked before you start the speech. And what time of the day, what are the concurrent events and activities associated with you as well as for the audience. There are people who just are in rush, they sit, listen, and they say, next 30 minutes, I have to go to the next room where some other event is happening. So what is the given time and which part of the day you are going to talk? If someone asks you to talk at between 12:30 and 1:30, please ask them, convince them, first say a polite no and then say a strong no. Speech between 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. is not at all going to be effective. Fix the time in a perfect way, which is going to help the audience to listen and have a proper takeaway. What are the concurrent activities related to speech? If someone asks you to close your speech just in rush, that may hurt your emotion as well as your ego sometime. So beware of the activities which are going to happen before your speech and after your speech. And if it is going to be a lengthy speech, ensure that you give a break for at least 3 minutes. How to approach the audience? What do they like and what they actually need? It may not match every time. Do have your preparation, know the audience, take a story which the local population already knows, and please talk to the committee member or even the audience group and understand what they actually already know and what they would like to know from you based on your topic. This will help you to approach the audience in a very clear way. Talk with another person or an actual member. This is a very simple line, but has a very critical impact. Before you approach or you start your speech, kindly talk to one person from the population and understand what they really have in their mind. What is the level or the capacity of absorption they can tend to give to the elements you bring to their table, or else it's just going to be a waste one. Fulfill the audience goals. This is, it may look like a market survey, but yes, we have to do that market survey. What they like, what they need, what they actually know, and what they would like to explore more. Remember, a speech becomes a memorable one and when it has got a useful takeaway. When you say useful takeaway, it should have an information to inform, a story to inspire, element to persuade, and of course, a humor to entertain. These 4 elements, if it is properly segregated with all the TMOD said, the 33% may not each carry 33, but of course, inform and inspire may have 50, persuade 25, and entertain 25. This is a clear common mixture which you can put in your speech. And with this, I'd like to conclude. Do your advanced research, which is knowledgeable, which can project you confident, bring positive energy to the audience. Most importantly, make a speaker become an audience-friendly speaker to create a speaker-friendly audience. Thank you, Anil.
Wow, that was an awesome speech. Toastmasters Ezhilarasan. And new mixture proportions of what makes a awesome speech is also been suggested. So thank you for the proportion 50, 25, and 25. So to give a post intro for Toastmasters Ezhilarasan, he is currently a member of 3 clubs. So as we can see from his eloquent speech, we can observe a lot of key points which new budding learners can incorporate in their speeches. He is the secretary of the Dubai Tamil Malayalam Toastmaster Club and District 127 winner in Tamil speech contest and second runner-up in Hindi contest as well. So thank you, Toastmasters Ezhilarasan, for an amazing speech. With that said, I would like to touch upon the yeah, is my screen visible? Hello, is my screen visible? Could could any of
Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
Nanda,
visible.
it is. It
yeah,
is. It
awesome.
is.
Yeah, as I said, we start with A and we want to reach to B. But life is not always like that, right? For instance, we want to give an amazing speech. Like, a few weeks back, I thought I'm going to prepare a speech and I'm going to give the best speech, and directly they are going to call me to international speech competition in US, and then direct promotion they're going to give me in finals. Like that level of preparation I did, and I thought that's going to happen. So I wanted this to happen. For instance, I'm going to start with A and I'm going to elevate audience to the Mount Everest and take them to B. But as I started sooner and sooner, life had other plans and speech had other plans. So all I could manage was, slowly I was stuttering and I was able to, and it wasn't not a smooth, graceful curve as well. So that's where the first curve comes in. So something started recently well, and then I had a pivot and It's like I'm struggling to find a draw curve in this new JS paint. I was struggling to complete my speech. But the point was, it was not a smooth speech. So life had other plans. So let's say this is not exactly a parabolic curve. So let me switch to my presentation so that I can enforce that thought more clearly. So not always when we begin, it will always be a straight line, clean straight line, which can take us from one point to another trajectory in a smooth linear fashion so that we can get on the destination very happily and comfortably. Always life throws a curveball at us at times which we least expect. So that's where the evaluation or feedback from a trusted source, from a trusted mentor, or from a family member, or from a budding Toastmaster, or from a senior Toastmaster comes up. So that helps us to understand what went wrong and how can we challenge ourselves and challenge the status quo of us. So out of all the curves, those straight line is the one which we begin with. Definitely not, life is never a straight line for anyone. So if at all anyone has a really straight line, so I would like to imitate them and learn from them. But hardly anyone have their problems or growth strategy in a linear fashion. So the first curve I would like to touch upon is the parabola. So it emphasizes a clear point that though sometimes when we face a downhill and life hits a point of rock bottom, definitely a trusted mentor or a family member or a source of inspiration will be the pivotal point so that we can pivot ourselves in the growing trajectory. So that is one solid feedback I would get. But what if after we get on the high note and then stay for there for quite some time. Once we became proficient and once we correct our vocal variety and gestures and we are able to articulate very well, excellently well, and then what if we hit a plateau? What happens then? So I leave you with that thought, and I will. Though you can see that some other curves are there, but that's not the answer. So I will get back to this in the next segment before I'll call upon the next speaker for today. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Stop share. Yes. So to call upon the next speaker, I would like to. He's from one of the busiest cities in South India. Any guesses which city is that?
Hyderabad.
Smart one, Kiran, but it is Chennai. I don't know how much data is backed for Hyderabad and how much data is backed for Chennai, but so we started our budding speaker, or not the budding speaker, our speaker too started his Toastmasters journey 4 years ago. So he's quite a veteran, and he has a raw passion for public speaking, and he loves to write scripts and for short films, and takes short stories as a hobby. With that said, I would like to call upon the evaluator for the speaker as well. So the evaluator is no less for the speaker. So it's Toastmaster Lechu Karthik. I would like to adopt the strategy of Deepak in the earlier portion of the meeting to state the common aspirations and common goals, as I'm lacking intro for Toastmaster Lechu Karthik. So I'm assuming that Toastmaster Lechu Karthik is an amazing, wonderful person and a classy evaluator. With that said, I call upon Toastmaster Lechu Karthik for reading out the speech objectives for the speaker 2, Toastmaster Abdul Ali, on pathways of dynamic leadership on level 1 project 2. So over to you, Toastmaster Lechu Karthik.
Thank you, Mr. Nanda. That was a cool intro, and also you made my role very easy because you shared this level, pathway, project, everything. What else should I say? So, but still, I do have something to describe his project purpose. My target speaker, Toastmaster Abdul Halir, he's doing his pathway of dynamic leadership of level 1, project 2, writing a speech with purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. And the timings of the speech are for 5 to 7 minutes. I hope so that's just all about his speech details. My best wishes to the target speaker, and I hope TMOD has his title of this speech, the handicap. Thank you. I'm giving this back to the TMOD.
Thank you, Karthik. Toastmaster Abdul Halim, the handicap Toastmaster Abdul Halim. The stage is all yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
What kind of picture does your mind draws when you hear the word handicap? Someone with broken legs, deformed limbs, or someone who can't see or speak, some physical disabilities. But tell me, are those people are really handicapped? Fellow Toastmasters, a warm good evening to you all. Let me tell you the story of two brothers who was fresh graduates, full of hopes and dreams, but one small difference. One fine morning, the elder brother named Ajay sits in his home with a coffee mug in one hand and newspaper classified in others, highlighting for job vacancies. Suddenly he felt nudge in his head and looks up. It was his younger brother Ajit. Started again. Even well-able people like us can't find a job. What are you going to say in the interview? Say, bah, bah, bah? Yes. Ajay was mute. He can't speak. Yet his brothers despised words. He kept doing what he was doing because he believed his silence is not his fault, but his own language. He applied the interview after and after another. After multiple rejections, there was an interview call. On the big day, he stepped into the hall filled with the confident candidates with the crisp shirts, shining shoes. He was a little panicked and sat on his seat. His heart is pounding. Everyone is well able. He feels inferior. The guy next to him just turned with a smile and said, "Hi, I'm Arun." Ajay, with a smile and shook his hand back and pointed his name in his resume. Arun was frowned. Ajay felt that and he gestured very normally that he couldn't speak. Sorry, you couldn't speak, but you are here for the interview? Are you crazy? Guys, look, here's a guy who can't speak, but he wants a job. Funny guy. Everyone around laughed and mocked towards Ajay. But Ajay smiled along with them. But those words cut his heart like a shred of glasses. Then there's a faint sound from the behind. Are you guys even educated? Don't you guys know how to treat the people? This is one of the candidates. It's a kind-hearted man. Look at Ajay and said, "Don't bother them. You got it." Then interview started. Candidates walk in one after another and came out with a long face saying, "Defeated." Now it's a time for Arun. He got in with a grin smile and with a confidence. Came back with his face showing the answers. Rejected. And it's time for Ajay. He steps into the interview panel hall. There are three panelists who are a little older with a foam iron coats and suits. Looks so bold. Ajay's heart sank, yet he sat on his seat. The first question threw towards him. There was a sudden, confident, loud voice echoed on the room. Surprise? he used his phone through the app, text to the voice. Followed by the multiple few questions. His phone responded back as his voice when he typed. That's not very common. Then come the specific question. He has typing, but his autocorrect goes wild. His hand trembled. His heart sank. He's getting nervous. And his eyes filled with tears. Ajay stood up from his chair to give up and quit from the interview. Suddenly, one of the panelists signed him to sit in the sign language. Yes, one among the panelists is also mute. Can't speak. But in that moment, there's a conversation happened in a silent, spoke louder than any conversation ever happened over there in his life. And he came out. Now his eyes is swelled up without tears, but curves upward with happiness. He got a job. Now tell me who is handicapped over here? The brother who can't speak or the brother who mocked? The person who keep trying again and again and again are the people who judge a lot. What would be your thought if I say that younger brother was me? How many of you know that the great Johnny Depp, who plays Captain Jack Sparrow, is partially visually impaired? The world-renowned scientist Stephen Hawking, he can't move a single thigh in his body, but he moved the entire universe with his mind. You have a Bruce Willis, Helen Keller, Franklin Roosevelt, the list goes on. They are not disabled. They are differently able. Because disability is not in this body. It's in the mind that choose to forget or refuse to see beyond the difference. It's in the heart that choose cruelty over compassion. It's in the mouth that mocks rather than motivating and supporting the people. Friends, if our vision of others judged or clouded by the judgment, we are the true. Let's build a world, at least now, to judge the people, not to judge the people by what they lack, rather than how much they try. Let's not let our mind to be handicapped. I'm not handicapped anymore. Are you? TMOD.
That's an impactful, amazing speech, Abdul. Thank you so much for putting us through a mental vivid imagination of the interview scene and the events which transpired during that. Thank you so much. With that said, we come to the end of prepared speech segment. We would like to quickly touch upon the topic. So, as I said, one curve which, once we hit the plateau, what do we do? Okay, so I would like to quickly put on my screen, but one moment. Yeah. So my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. So there are two curves actually. So I'd like to focus one after the other. So once we build any skill, right? So the x-axis is time taken to build a particular skill, and the y-axis is nothing but competence in a particular skill. Let's say leadership as a skill. So the initial efforts we take, for instance, trying to understand people, understand the technology stack which you are working in, and trying to understand the echelons upper and the echelons lower, our leadership level. So it is a very arduous process, for instance. So it takes time. We may feel that there is not much growth happening. There may be friction when we are connecting with a lot of people who are having differences in opinion of how we do things. But suddenly, as we build reputation over a period of time of trying to understand people and help them, that slowly builds people's confidence in us, actually. So just like in Toastmasters, just we attend one meeting and the next meeting we can't expect to become the Shakespeare's cousin brother or something. So meeting after meeting, meeting after meeting, role after role, the confidence slowly builds up, and then the words flow just the river Ganges. So that level of hyper growth happens over a period of time, and it happens as we put in amount of time and effort in the initial stages. But after that, once we express or reach the level of mastery, there seems to be a plateau. What next to be done? And slowly, sometimes the technology changes as well. Let's say 20, 30 years ago, if one person is amazingly skilled in a particular programming language of those days, basic Pascal or C, C++, etc. And now suddenly the world is taking on Python and Go and Rust, all these new programming languages and new technologies that comes in. So how do we deal with that? So it doesn't stop with one particular curve. So that's where this chain of curves come in. So the first curve is all about acquiring a particular skill and being in the continuous loop of learning and testing and implementing and failing and repeatedly trying again, just like Toastmaster Abdul said. And then parallelly, once we get enough competence, we slowly start a side project or side gig, understanding what is the latest trend in the market and getting slowly competent in the other skill. So that the trajectory of point A to point B is not just a straight line or just one single curve. It's a sequence and chain of curves which help us to attain mastery in multiple technologies and multiple aspects of our life, and then which will enable us to be a more holistic person and more evolved, I would say, future proof, which AI can't replace as such. So, but the main aspect of it is not being stagnant in one mastery level and then assuming that is going to be the end of it. Slowly, we have to acquire mastery in the other segments as we gain mastery on one particular key element of our life. So these are some chain of curves, which is what the paper from Joan Mendes talks about. It's an amazing paper. I would share the link of it, which talks about how this chain of learning curves will enable us to reach the point where we want to go in a more sustainable fashion. Yeah. With that said, I would like to introduce an amazing Toastmaster who's going to take over the table topics segment. How do I tell them? So Toastmaster, he is from Ghaziabad. So that is an amazing place. He is again a medical devices seller. I would love to know what device and what are the technologies behind them. So without further ado, I'll introduce an amazing Toastmaster Ganesh Rawat from Linden Toastmaster Club, who is going to help us to ace the table topic segment. Over to you, Toastmaster Ganesh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. I'm still driving, so hope if I'm not able to open my camera, is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, Toastmaster Ganesh, if you're driving, please, you're not supposed to, as per the Toastmasters rules, if you're driving, you're not supposed to participate at all. I request you to park the vehicle somewhere, yeah, please.
Okay, I just yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for most of the brief. So I'm playing role of topic where I'll be giving few topics to people who are affected about to speaking with on it helps us to master to speaking people who are get the benefit.
Yeah, I was also facing difficulty. No, he was not audible to me as well. So I would like to take, if Ganesh is available, since he's driving, if it's okay for anyone else to take it up, or I can take up the TD master role as well. Yeah.
We'll wait for 30 seconds, Toastmaster Nanda.
Sure.
If you're not joining in, then I think we don't mind that you take the role of a TMOD. I mean, the TTM.
Sure. Thanks.
Hope there will not be any max questions, I believe.
I'll try my best.
I guess, Nanda, we can take it forward, Nanda. Please.
Yeah, sure. So who is going to be the first speaker? So we'll prioritize some Toastmasters who haven't gotten an opportunity to talk today, who haven't taken any roles.
Abdul Halis seems to be raising his hand.
Sure, Abdul. Yeah. So the first topic is, what is the best way to spend a lazy Sunday according to you, Toastmaster Abdul?
Terrible topic, Master. I would say I didn't find any lazy Sunday so far in my life because I'm a passionate cricket player as a weekend, not regularly. So every Sunday I have a plan to be at the ground by 6 a.m., sometime even before the sun rises. So, and follow with my time schedule when I say we have planned for cricket matches 4 to 5 days earlier and connect with the team, make a plan. So my Sunday schedule starts with the cricket, come back home, have a breakfast, had my bath, then I'll go for some volunteer work. When I was in Chennai, I have been in multiple NGOs, so I can say minimum 15 NGOs. So every Saturday and Sunday, my days will be from 10 a.m. till 6 or 8, sometime up to 10 p.m. would have been occupied from some social works. Either it can be a traffic awareness, it can be a blood donation drive, it can be an orphanage visit, or it can we do run a trust called Uruvul, which we have buried unclaimed dead bodies, and we are giving a support for the people who can't take their kith and kin or relative from Chennai to their own places. So we are doing that. So my whole evening will be occupied, and sometime it will be gone beyond that if we have focus on some mega job fair for the disabled people. So we have to plan and work accordingly, which is happened multiple times. It's called voice. The voice, it happened in Loyola College a couple of years back as well, which has a plan for 4 to 5 months. So every week of mine is occupied. And why I particularly occupied is like it's the society which gives me something. It teaches me something. It gives a friend. It gives a buddies. It teaches a lesson. So as a society, as a proper responsible citizen, I should give back to the society which gives to me. It's not supposed to be a financial. It'd be anything, your time, your support to you. Maybe you can support unprivileged people because you are privileged and sufficient. Why not give to others what you have? Table topic, master.
That's awesome, Abdul. Spoken like a champion. I wish I have all the energy. So the next speaker I would like to call. Any volunteers?
If nobody takes, I can go.
Yeah, awesome, Toastmaster Karthik. Who's an inspiring person for you, and why he or she is an inspiration?
People might think that is a very simple question. Oh, he has been shooted with the question of who is the inspiring person. Why don't we speak of some leader of any country or any great artist or some spiritual guru or his parents? Of course, it is they who brought him to this level. This guy is so ungrateful. He's not mentioning those people's name at this time. there could be many mindset or thoughts flowing in the people in the audience. Even I would think the same. But again, the most inspiring person to shrink that, to narrow that to a singular position, I feel that is to be very difficult. At this point, I would say that to be myself, the most inspiring person. I can see myself in the mirror and I know my entirety in and out to the utmost. Nobody other than me knows me very well. Then who could be the most inspiring for me? Because I have the good awareness. I can price myself. I can admonish myself. I can do anything what I want because I have the most right of doing things towards me. This might sound confusing, even I am confused currently because when that question was shooted, I gave a quick thought and I feel that this is the most just full answer to this question. So, not only to me, to if we give a strong thought, if we have that contemplation of who is the most inspiring person to any one of us, then it should definitely be you. It should definitely be me. It should definitely be that person who has been asked the question. At some angle, they will be the inspiring point. Only if you are inspiring, you could admit, you could. I'm not saying that you could consider anybody else to be influencing. So you should have that good heart. You should have that heart to accept people. So of course, you are inspiring. You are the greatest one. I'm the greatest one. Thank you, Mr. Nanda, for giving me the chance to recognize my greatness at this point. Giving it back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I think that's kind of you. You reminded me of Unbased Film actually. So where the protagonist says everyone is a god, and there is a god residing within themselves. So thank you for such insightful thinking. The next Toastmaster who would like to take up the reins and speaking up, I would encourage all that. Ganesh, Avat, Aruma, I would. So I would prefer Toastmaster Uma since she isn't taking any role, I suppose. So I would. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster Uma. So the topic for you is, if you win the lottery tomorrow, what would be a list of things you would do?
Wow, I have won the 1 million lottery. What a great news! I will just break news in my YouTube channel, in Facebook, in LinkedIn, and in my Instagram channel first. Then on WhatsApp also to all my contacts. That is the excitement that I'll have first. And then slowly I will come back to normalcy. I have to think now, what am I going to do this with 1 million? Money will not give you happiness. That I have realized of late. But I have so much money. What can I do with it? They say that give before you're gone. So I would like to give it before I'm gone. Maybe through charity, spend something for myself, give something to my relatives so that they're also happy and they don't feel jealous that I have won. Give a treat to my friends so that they also take part in the celebrations. And support some NGOs so that they feel, yes, this lady is so generous. She's giving us so much in spite of winning the lottery. And I love to travel. So I will travel also if I have some more money left. And that is the way I will spend this 1 million lottery which I have won. And I don't believe that that lottery money will stay with me for long because it is hard work and smart work that is what matters. And this money, definitely I will spend it generously by giving it in way of charity to my friends, to relatives, and some money on my own. What do you think, Table Topic Master? Over to you.
That's very kind and cleanly bucketed list of things where you would spend your money at Toastmaster Uma. That's very inspiring. You would try to follow such procedure when, if at all, we win $1 million as well. Yeah. Thank you so much for your speech. The next speaker who would like to talk upon or contribute in the table topics. So I do insist I
Why
have
don't
all
we
this
choose
stuff.
Rajnikant?
Yeah,
Who's
how can you even ignore the superstar when he's available right there, like right in front of you, and you're not
Someone
asking any
raised their hand
questions?
as well. Sorry, Nanda. Someone raised their hand.
Yeah,
Mr. Anbar is.
yeah, Rajni is raising his hand right now, as you can see.
No. Oh, sorry. Mr. Anbarson, you raised your hand. Sorry if I disturbed. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Toastmaster Anniversary, your topic is what's your favorite childhood memory?
Thank you, TMOD, as well as the table topic master. My favorite childhood memory. I was born and brought up in a historic village called Gangekonda Sodapuram, which has been part of Arilur district. You know what? 1,000 years back, the great Chola king Rajendra Cholan, who battled many countries outside, even below, no, above that, whatever thing he father has achieved, that means it's Rajaraja Cholan. To remembrance on his victory, he has created this place, that is my native place. You know, still for the on his victory remembrance, he has built a big temple called Pragadiswara temple, which is still alive in that place. Whenever I see that, what kind of vision that Rajendra Cholan has on his mind, though irrespective of he has all the thing, I know he come with with a legendary family and with a great emperor of the son of great emperor of Rajaraja Cholan. What not with him, but he has a vision. He has created on his own empire out of Tanjavur, and that is the place where I born and brought up. So whenever I see that temple, we should think out of the box, and we have to make a great vision on our own. That thing which I always remember on me and motivate on myself. Since I'm coming from that the historic place, even whenever in my childhood days, I used to play in that temple in and around, and now I remember that those days how it was as a child when recently when I visited that same temple, I was remember that to playing with the well and the lawn nearer to this the compound. Those places and all, it's a very memorable things for me. And I would like to say that my great childhood memory is to playing on the temple along with my friends, even college mates. Over to you, tabletop master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anniversary. That is very unique and a good lesson in history for us to remember the Cholas and the land they conquered and the temples which they built. So, and reminds me of good old days where kids used to play in temples compared to the kids of these days who play mobile games. So, thank you for bringing us those memories and sharing it with us. So, the next speaker who would like to participate in table topics.
Yeah, I will go.
Who's Rajnikant? Yeah, I'm curious actually. Yeah. Okay, Kiran. The topic for you is If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future?
Okay. Hi, greetings to all. And obviously, I will go with the past only. So, especially, I would like to share my wonderful experience with my engineering friends. So, always, whenever I fed up with any some office work, some stress kind of things, automatically, I call to my engineering friends. Then automatically, even if I'm big stress also, whatever the jokes that they have, the creating, and even if I say that in the today I got in the lot of work pressure kind of a thing, and they will say that Kiran, what happened? You have the too much in the work pressure is there, and in case if you are going to make a little bit delay, so whether they're going to remove from that company, or if you face in the some challenges, and you can share whatever the challenges you have faced, and maybe 1 or 2 hours it may get delay. What it happen? Nothing, right? Then why you are in the taking that much in the stress? And whatever, even though if they are giving the some work and almost you are finishing 90%, but you are not thinking about 90%, whatever the pending thing is, it was there, 10% you are thinking, why you are taking too much worry kind of things. Even like in the when they are explaining cleanly, then sometimes I used to realize, even some of my friends also, for small thing also they're taking too much, and they're fed up. Today I was unable to focus some other things, and due to some personal issues, these all those things. Then always I used to tell that even if you have any some issue is there, see, only one thing it will be there. If you get in the positive response, you no need to think, right? You no need to always, it will be in happy mode. If you get in the failure and you are going to try one more time, that's it. It's not going to end kind of a thing. So always like, if you have any some issues kind of a things, always in the try to meet. In case if you are unable to resolve any of the issues, try to meet with any mentor, or you can share with your the friends. And even if it's in the difficult in the situation also, if you speak with someone, right, you can try to reduce to 50%. That's how. Always, if you are feeling lonely kind of things, call to one of your friend, either engineering friends or in the office and the colleagues. Try to have a lot of fun. Automatically after 10 minutes we will enjoy like anything. So don't think about in the failure, because everybody has the capability to achieve the things, but only the things how much effort we have been putting, that is the matter. The summary is always, if you spend time with our friends or any our parents kind of things, sometime you will have the happiness, even you will have some challenges also, but all those things you should take is in same way only. When you have the happiness, hey, I'm enjoying nicely, when you face any some challenges, you should not get down, you should handle all those things, then only you can reach whatever the things you want to achieve. So the conclusion is, I will go with the fast with the spending with time with my engineering friends. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kiran. Yeah. Emphasizing how important friends, and especially our school and college friends, are there for sharing our good and bads, was very thoughtful. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. The next speaker who would like to participate is?
We can have one last speak and then we can move to the next phase, Nanda.
Sure, Deepak, yeah. Since nobody is interested, I would like to call Deepak on actually for talking into topics. I invite Toastmaster Deepak.
I guess Pandian have raised a hand.
Is it?
Yeah, Pandian, timer. Is the Pandian who have raised the hand. Maybe you can give the topic to him. Thank you,
Sure.
Pandian,
Are
for
you
saying
sure, Pandian? Like you can handle the time and the speech at the same time?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Good.
The topic for Toastmaster Pandian is what super would you want and why?
What super?
What superpower would you want and why?
Not
What
getting that.
superpower you want and why?
Okay, it's fine. I need one power is that within one day, I have to make all the people jobless. People should not do any job because in job everybody feeling that they want to earn money. Nothing more than that. Why? Because today world only revolving in x-axis or y-axis, I don't know. It is only revolving in the axis of money. So we should remove the money from the world. A person having talent in the speech, he should always have the practice in speech. A person having max, like our TMOD, he has to be in max only. He should not go for any IT job. A person having science knowledge, he should have to work only for the science. So like that, I want to make this world. So if that power come to me now, so definitely I will tell to all the school to close and all the workplace has to close. So what we need food, we need water, we need shelter, and we need good sleep, and we should have the courage to work with us and happiness and share the happiness to everyone. So if I get the power, I have to make this world equalized without any work stress. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster. TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pandian. It's oddly scary as well, but yeah, thank you so much for your honest opinion on what powers you want and how you want to shape the world further. Okay. With that said, since we're coming for the end of the table topic segment, I would like to touch upon few final words of closing remarks on the curves topic as well. I would like to showcase one another beautiful curve, which it's closely associated with level 3 project in all the dynamic pathways actually. So whenever we are giving a speech, if I do in this tone, which is so constantly without any variation, I'll put you to sleep because already it's around 9 p.m. in India. So that's where the dynamics of how we vary the speech voice or give strategic pauses to emphasize the importance of a particular word, or to raise the pitch or to lower the pitch, and talk few words in a fast manner, few words in a slow manner. So all these things, all these dynamics makes our speech more curious and interesting for the listener to listen for, which is beautifully emphasized by a sine wave or a cosine wave. So nobody, as the slide states, nobody wants to listen to a monotonous straight line without any variation, which is very sleepy, which is the trademark signature for all Indian universities and teachers and schools and colleges, I suppose. Hopefully, we are slowly changing that and bringing more dynamism to the classroom. So, which is represented by a beautiful sine wave, which shows the energy of high and low and how to phase out things, etc., etc. With that said, I would like to call upon the general evaluator for Toastmaster Deepak to handle the evaluation segment, where we can get to know what went well and how can we improve our speeches, etc., etc. Over to you, Toastmaster General Evaluator Deepak.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, TMOD Nanda. I was reading the comments over here, so I'm just keep laughing at the comments in the comments window.
Okay.
So there's one comment which I heard it from the person on the grammarian note. Have you made a note of it, TMOD Nanda?
Yeah, straight line means death. Yeah.
So that makes me laugh. So let's bring the laughter person, Gravarian. I know he brings lot of over here.
Interesting insights. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So let's welcome our timer. How far we have strict on the timelines. Timer Pandian, please share your insights.
Yes.
Sorry
Thank
to
you.
interrupt, sir, general evaluator. I think the individual evaluation of prepared speech has,
Speech
if I'm not
evaluation.
wrong,
Yes.
currently.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm
Evaluate.
I'm over enthusiastic today. That's the reason
No,
why
he
I
was
did
testing whether you are keeping, I mean, whether you are noting it.
You- that
I
trick
wish
again.
to be Nanda. I wish to be like Nanda. I just checking the crowd, like other people are assertive or not. Thanks, Dramarian Toastmaster Venkatesh for putting up that line.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all right.
So for the evaluation round for the Toastmaster Sivaramakrishna's first speech, we have the evaluation right now. I like to welcome the evaluator, Toastmaster Kiran, to give the feedback on the evaluation part. Toastmaster Kiran, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Okay. First of all, kudos to Toastmaster Sivaramakrishnan for covering all the objects. And it was wonderful in the starting. So when we are presenting the something, he has the given clear. So when we are in the say something in words, right? Maybe it will reach the 50% or 50%. It may not meet. Clearly, he has in the presented into PPT. In PPT also, clearly he has mentioned index. What are the things he is going to cover from his starting of the speech to till end of the thing. And it was a wonderful in the starting. All those things. Moreover, he has the shared his own experience story. And when he went for giving some the speech, like in the for the students, how he started with the love stories, and simply he didn't in the continue with the love initially because obviously for the student if you start with the some future and like a career development all those things at the starting itself, right, they will get in the some bore, why he is explaining now itself, but he hasn't started with the love stories, and gradually he has reached to and how to studies, and if you want to study like how you can reach this clearly in a structure, it was in the superb. And even like if you spend time for the studies and how you will reach kind of things, it was a wonderful structure. And moreover he has mentioned, and when he was in the giving those in the speeches also, and even here if you don't have any some mic kind of things, if you have the huge audience, it's too difficult to deliver or it will reach to end of the audience, and he has mentioned all those things. And moreover he has mentioned that so every in the speech and based on that and the situation we have to give, in case if our students are in more energy mode, by the time we should not give any some sadness kind of things. In case if we are going to give any speech at the any some patients kind of things, how we have to give the motivation kind of things, and it was good things. And even though he has mentioned that whoever they are going to give any for the public speaking, he has mentioned clearly before giving any speech, we should in the check mic. And if we want to give any some presentation, we should in the check and whatever the presentation, whether it will be visible to that audience, it's properly. In case if light is on the focusing onto that presentation, if it's not visible, then whatever the things we have been explaining with, it will be not effectively. And moreover, and exactly what is what audience they have been expecting, and he has mentioned even if you have any some long speech kind of things also, we should give some breaks and break, and even though during that process we have to make the some entertainment. These all those things and the structure wise, it was neat and cleared, and he has mentioned everything in into PPT. For every great speech, we do have some improvement points also, right? And he has mentioned all those things. If he could have given any questions to audience, so that it would have more interaction, and whatever mic or some other things, tips he has mentioned, right? If you would have asked to audience, so that they would have shared in the some of experience, it was more interactive with audience, and so that it will be some real time kind of things. And moreover, and he has in the given speeches, right? If you would have the given in standing mode, moreover, how like in the some how we have to use that staging, and even though he has in the given some hand gesture, but how we should utilize that stage kind of things. And if we add this in the two improvement points, it will be too good. And coming to the summary, it was a wonderful in the starting, and well structured into in the PPT. And it was a wonderful hand gesture, and exactly wherever if it's in the required, he has in the given. And even voice modulation also, like in the wherever if it's in the required, he has in the given that voice modulation. And what are the challenges also he has mentioned. If he incorporate these in the 2 points into his in the speech, it will be great too, it will be superb. And all the best for your in the future features. And over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kiran, for the lovely evaluation part. I think a lot of insights have been shared. Thanks for it. Uh, we'll go for the next person who's more assertive, more listening over here. Evaluator 2, Toastmaster Lechu Karthik, to give the evaluation report for the speaker 2, Abdul Halim. Evaluator 2, Toastmaster Lechu Karthik, over to you.
Thank you. I request the Zoom master to put me in parallel to the timer so that I can be on time.
Okay, TMOD, do you have the options to do it?
Sure, I can open it up 1 minute.
You can add both of them in a spotlight, so it would have been mutual.
In the meantime, I'll also let you know, people, there is in the comment section, I've shared the link. So whenever, you have time, you can vote for the best speaker, evaluator, and role players. And
Yeah, you can start your evaluation. Yeah.
okay.
Target.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Can you just reset? Can you just reset, TMOD Nanda? The spotlight is supposed to be that all these people to be on the spotlight, and that's how it's supposed to be. That should not be a problem. Can you just spotlight? Okay, I think you don't have the option for spotlight. Can we go this way, Lechu Karthik? Is it fine for you?
You mean putting all the three in one screen? Yes.
That is, I think that is not possible right now. We doesn't have an option to put it. Can I have the time, the timing sections of how Nanda has been shared the screen of countdown of 0?
That is fine too. Yeah, that is fine too. I
That's
just
fine.
want
Nanda, just share the screen. Just share the screen of the timing one.
Yeah.
We can start.
My target speaker, Toastmaster Abdul Halim. It is an absolute honor to evaluate you, sir. I understood from the beginning to the end when observing your speech that you are a potential speaker. I'll be using the framework called CINEMA, CINEMA, in which C stands for character, I for impact, N for narrative, E for emotion, and M for memory, and A for adjustment. I felt your speech was more like it was more lively. Every life lessons are put in cinema, but So like that vice versa. So it is no different like a cinema. So coming to the evaluation part framework, see for character, the characters that you mentioned in the script, everything like the Ajay, the Arun, it was authentic, and the way you portrayed them was realistic. The next, impact. The impact that was created, the emotional impact for when Ajay gets into the room and the words used like the tremble, the sign language which you done, the gestures which you used, that created the impact in the audience heart. And third, the narrative. The flow was highly engaging, starting from the narrative, the story script which you started, opening the audience with the question and bringing it. Everything felt natural, and ending it with a good note of highlighting all the personalities who are differently challenged and giving up the call of action. It was a very smooth narrative, making a difference in the audience heart. E for emotion. Emotion, should I say, your gestures, your words, and your script that resonated emotion which you felt to plant in the audience heart. I felt so emotional when I heard about Arun. And the next one, M for memory. What are the memorable characters, the messages that we got? Wonderful story delivered, sir. I should not repeat it because you nurtured, you have seeded that story into our hearts in a well-defined way. The message at last, which you said, build a world of not what they lack, but what they try. I'm not a handicap anymore. We are not too, sir. We are transformed. I'm ending with the adjustments. Your speech was wonderful, and you are a great speaker. And I felt that at several areas, I felt it hard to grasp certain words. Like I felt you switched on a public speaker mode and you made your deliberate speech. There was some subtle nuance which has to be covered. If that is done, then you will be a very great speaker. All the best. We can discuss in WhatsApp. Thank you, man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks a lot for the evaluation from Lechu Karthik, and we'll move on to the next tag team results. And
Sorry
if
to
this
interrupt, sir.
yes,
I hope I was within time, but I saw it was 3.2, but I ended before 3. I think that was recorded, right?
yes, I think the timer Pandian would have made a note of it, and when he's sharing the results, he'll be sharing the right one.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can close the screen share, TMOD Nanda. Thank you for putting it on the spotlight. Okay, hope if this person is being a god who can, there's no jobs, no salary, enough food, enough water, and I'll praise him as a god. Ensure Pandian send me a sample photo of yours. I can frame it right away. But today is playing the timer role. Timer Pandian, please share the how strict we have followed the timelines today. Over to you, Timer Pandian.
Thank you, Deepak, Master Deepak. Just I'm sharing the screen. The screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
This is the timing report today. So speaker Toastmaster Suramakistan 15.26 seconds, and Mr. Abdul Halir 7 minutes 24 seconds. Mr. Kiran Evaluation exit the time 5 minutes 24 seconds. Evaluator Mr. Lechu Karthik 3 minutes 2 seconds. So table topic Abdul Halir 2 minutes 18 seconds. Lechu Karthik 2 minutes 04 seconds. Toastmaster Uma Natarajan 1 minute 43 seconds. Mr. Anbarasan, Toastmaster Anbarasan 3 minutes 27 seconds. Toastmaster Kiran 3 minutes 37 seconds. Myself 2 minutes 01 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you.
To you, Toastmaster.
Thank you for the detailed Excel report, Toastmaster Pandian. I think you were on a Friday evening, how you send dashboards to your managers, the same way you made it on a Sunday evening too. You're well prepared for the Monday. Thank you for it. And it's time for, oh my God, did I struck? Let me see how many has been counted now. Let our counter, who play the role of Toastmaster Sangeeta. Toastmaster Sangeeta, over to you. How many floors we did?
Thank you, General Evaluator Deepak. The purpose of my report is to help our speakers become more aware of the speech habits. Here are the results from today's meeting. Toastmaster Nanda used the word "a" 5 times and twice. Toastmaster Lechkarthik used the word "a" 2 times but 1 time and twice. Toastmaster Uma used "but" 1 time. Toastmaster Anderson used "a" 1 time but 1 time, 2 times. Toastmaster Kiran used "a" 2 times. Toastmaster Pandian used "a" 1 time. Toastmaster Sivakumar and Abdul Halir had a very clean speech with 0 filler words. Congrats. Congratulations to everyone for their efforts. This concludes the R counter report. Back to you, General Evaluator Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. And time to introduce a person where I'm already in the radar. He already projected me in the comments box. And what are the wordplay? What are the word flaws which I did? So I'm just waiting for like how the HOD ma'am going to give me the report. I'm waiting for this kind of report from this person. For the playing the grammarian role by Toastmaster Venkatesh. Toastmaster Venkatesh, over to you. Let's go with the
Ah.
flow.
Oh, okay. This is cheating, by the way, but it's all right. It'll be taken into account. So, when it comes to the count of people who use the word of the day, it was mostly Nanda, who's the founder of the word, of course, and for this session, and Sivaramakrishnan integrated it wonderfully in this piece. It's like both the idiom and the word has been integrated in a great way. And finally, here comes our cheater who used the idiom at the end of his speech. And also, when it comes to the grammarian role and checking the grammar part, I think the text would suffice the mistake that has been made previously. Are you able to hear me? Like, hope, yeah, great. So when it comes to the okay. Now I'm giving more count to the R counter, of course. But when it comes to the topic of the day, curves, I've got a little more things to say. During our childhood, the curves that we start with is rainbows that we love, of course. And getting into our teenage, we work on the curves, which are basically the 2 points between with the graph, of course, which some of us hate, some of us love, and end up in the curves which we hate, which are speed breakers, of course, in the road. And we lose our curve, which is eventually the death, where we lose our heart rate. And I think that's an interesting thing that I got in mind throughout the session when studying curves with Nanda. And okay, that's it from my end. Thank you, everyone. We had a wonderful session. Passing it back to Deepak.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Venkatesh. That was a beautiful report. And whenever you're speaking, I feel like I'm watching the Netflix series somewhere. I was looking for subtitles too in the beneath, so I was not able to see it. Anyway, great accent. I love the accent that you spoke. And let's see how far we have been keen listening on this session today. We have the headmistress. I'm sorry, did I say headmistress? No, it's a trivia master. Now he's going to ask questions. Please unmute and say answers so that Ashwini will give us chocolates for us at the end of the session. So over to trivia master Ashwini to shoot your questions.
Greetings again, everyone. I have a few questions based on today's speeches. The first question, what type of disability did the speaker, Mr. Abdul Halim, mention in his speech?
speech disability. Person
Yeah.
was unable to speak. Mute.
Then can you remember the name of the elder brother?
Okay, I was his evaluator, so I cannot speak here. I'll allow the other people to go ahead.
Unfortunately, everybody failed. So Leche Karthik will answer it.
I think he didn't mention the elder brother's name. It was Ajay he mentioned. He mentioned the elder brother. Oh. There was this other character called Arun.
Arun, yeah,
Arun
I
was
think Arun.
Arun was the person who mocked him. Ajay was one name he mentioned as the brother, and I took notes,
And
but I could not
yeah,
kindly reveal
Ajay.
it. Man. Oh, it is Ajay.
Then what was the important agenda Mr. Sivaramakrishnan mentioned in his speech? Can I say the answer?
What is the question? Important agenda which was mentioned, is it?
Yes, sir.
There were elements actually knowing your audience, what is their age group, what are their interests, what are their. That's what I remember. Is that somewhere close to the answer, or yeah?
Yes, sir, you're close. The important agenda he has mentioned, we have to keep the audience attention. We have to grab it. That was the line he has mentioned.
Great.
These questions are really very hard. This was my first time, so.
Do you have other questions, Ashwini?
What and the last question, what are the main challenges he mentioned for a speaker?
Main challenges?
He mentioned for a speaker.
Outside disturbance. That's one thing which comes to my head.
Yes, sir, correct answer. And thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Trivia Master Ashwini. You did a great role. Thanks a lot. Nice. So, before concluding for my general evaluation one, there is a link in the chat window. Can you just go spend some at least 10 seconds or vote for the best role players, best speaker, best evaluators? That will be very encouraging them, boost them to do further roles in the upcoming meeting session. So I have a minute time closure of meeting. I just rushed my general evaluation report. We started on time, and one quick changes happened the SA as well as the PO role. Let's avoid last minute changes. One small suggestion is that let's always give the admin access to the TMOD, so that whether for a PPT share or anything that can be done on priority, and anybody who wanted to share the PPT, let's log in time before that so that they can share the PPT and how it runs on. So that will be a great helpful for us to help the meeting on. Great kudos to the TMOD, Nanda, who is the host of the meeting, and give your claps together for Nanda, TMOD Nanda. We always say when max problem comes in, your left brain works, and when taught on literature, your right brain works. One person made the left brain and right brain to merge together and work on for next 1.5 hours for today, for 2 hours. That's great one, Nanda. I'm the very last bench student for the max, and I hate max teachers, but you made me to like a max professor is only a person right today, because I really hate my teachers. Till now I hate my teachers. So the So yeah, we have a last bencher here. So that thanks a lot, Nanda, for merging in. One small suggestion which I'll say to you also from the TMOD role is that I love the curves which you blended together, the speed breakers for a great leadership roles. One thing which I really want for the TMOD is that let's let it from your experience, from your own experience, what you faced, what you had challenges, and how do you overcome it. TMOD is a role that where you share your own experience from your heart and of what you felt, so that it will be a learning experience for everybody. Great insights, but I just feedback which I want to let you know. Later point of time, share your own experience so that we can absolutely lay on what you really felt and how you overcome it. That's what we really look into it. First one. Second one on the tag role players. Wow, great show. The timer had a great timings on changing the background screens. That's really great. And going forward, the TMOD have to make the timer as into the spotlight so that we'll be aware of where the timing goes on. Our counter, great report, and grammarian, wow, versatile, and it was great insights on the choice of words, accent, and everything great. I wish to see your prepared speech, Toastmaster Venkatesh. You have a great accent and a great vocabulary. I wish you want to see that one. And you have great heights you need to touch on. I touch wood, you do it. And trivia master, a great one. And you being very little one in the group, and you did a great place, and you did a great role over here. Thanks a lot, Ashwini, and please do take up other roles. It will give you a lot of experience on that one. On the note, on the evaluation, on the speaker part, generally any club, any sessions go, one speaker will be doing great, second speaker will know, okay, this will be not a great speaker, and we'll lose our confidence. Trust me, how Rajini Kamal movie get released, how Vijay Ajit movie get released. Today I happen to see a great speeches from Sivaramakrishnan and Abdul One. Wow. One ruled the show by talking on the vocabulary accent, and one ruled the show on the body language part, and great insights, great helpful. And it's a pure Diwali and Pongal for us, because it was a great show from all those two speakers. We had a great entertainment on the speaking part. It happens in a very rare moment, and happening on this meeting on 33. That's we all blessed and gifted. Okay, delivering the speech is great, but I was wondering how these people need to be evaluated. Wow, what a great evaluation from Toastmaster Kiran and Toastmaster Leshu Karthik. They went to the deep insights of it. They had a different thought process and how these speakers need to be evaluated, and this insight should be helpful for them for the next proceeding towards the next speeches also. Great insights, great helpful thoughts, and I mean, we all listened in a different point of view, and the way you listened and understood, and the great insights are given to them was very great and wow factor one. And thanks for the speakers part and the evaluation part. And on the whole, I had a great evaluation session today, and a great Toastmaster session today. Great speaking, great tag role players, what all, everything went on good. But the only part is the timing part, which has been delayed like 4 minutes. Let's conclude as soon as possible. Thanks a lot, and over to the TMOD Nanda. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, General Director, Presiding Officer Deepak. I would like to close on the topic with final few moments, which I would like to share. That said, whenever we face an ups and downs, we always feel that that's the end of the world. So rather than seeing a local fragment of the curve and getting disheartened or feeling overexcited, so the overall trajectory of the curve is more important than the local minima or local maxima, which we can see in our day-to-day weekly meetings or weekly happenings of life. So as far as an overall picture is concerned, every growth or difficult process which happens to us, which hardens us as a diamond from gold, happens over a period of small incremental pressure which we put on ourselves to attend meetings, to attend that particular learning session which we can improve on. So one mistake, one small learning attempt, one attempt to look foolish during that learning process can have a huge impact in the curve whichever curve we choose on. So with that said, I would like to thank the Toastmasters for having me or giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts and taking you through this mathematical journey. And over
It
to you,
felt like
presiding officer. Yeah.
hearing to my M2, M3 math lectures. You have mentioned several terms like local minima, maxima, and parabola. Several equations you mentioned. Oh, you should be good in
I
your
didn't
maths.
even.
Nanda, I must admit that this is the first time I am seeing in the integration concept in a very different way. Kudos to you for that. Taking this concept itself needs so much of strength and guts. You gathered everything to put it in front. Awesome. Keep it up.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much. I would like to transfer the control to the presiding officer for the final concluding segment of the meeting. Thank you for the
Thank
opportunity
you.
and thank you all.
Thanks a lot, TMOD Nanda. I think today's night dreams I'll get more differential calculus, integral calculus, and my max teachers all will come to my dreams. Thanks a lot for the great insights. So, on that note, do we have any guests around here to share the feedback? I don't think so. We don't have. So let's. We have Noor Mohammed, sir. Who are you, sir? I can't ignore Rajnikant. You have a Rajnikant photo, and we keep calling you for table topic session, which you haven't took part in. Can you give a feedback? How was the experience? If possible, you can turn on the camera also. We also happy to see Rajnikant in our Toastmasters meeting.
Sorry, Deepak, my camera is completely disabled. That's why
Not a problem, sir.
Rajinikanth is showing up, Talaiva is showing up. I enjoyed the meeting thoroughly. In fact, I love the speech by the speaker one. Wonderful speech, wonderful analogy, and how he had to adapt to that kids who were in fourth standard. I love that. Love the evaluations, the table topics. Although I could not participate because my brother-in-law is here and I am speaking to him, I couldn't focus on the meeting. But 1 year was always on your meeting. So thoroughly enjoyed. You guys are a wonderful bunch. I enjoy the banter in between, the comments which are very funny. The TMOD did a fantastic job with all that graphs, got me reminded of all the mathematics which I forgot. And thank you all once again. Wonderful experience. Back to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Sir Noor Mohammed, sir. Thanks a lot for it. Sunday night with brother-in-law. I know you should be very busy. Thanks for attending the meeting also parallelly and enjoy Sunday night. And we had a great session today and it's time for the results. As the guests have evaluated and told who's the best speaker on the line on the floor, so we have the best speaker award is Toastmaster Sivaramakrishnan. Can we have a huge kudos to Toastmaster Sivaramakrishnan, please? Wow, sir, you never fail to disappoint. Thanks a lot for a great show for us. And for the best evaluator, I think on the time constraint part, Kiran was not able to make it, but Lechu Karthik, who's more assertive, helped us on to be on the line. Lechu Karthik, evaluator 2, be the best evaluator. Thank you, Lechu Karthik. Thanks a lot for it. And we have the table topic session, and for the table topic best speaker award, we have 2 awards. One award goes to Toastmaster Uma Natraj. If you win a lottery, that was one. Toastmaster Uma, thanks a lot for it. And I felt so bad and felt so ashamed how I wasted a lazy Sunday after seeing Toastmaster Abdul's speech and what all he do on a 24 hours. It was like a 7-day work that he do it in a 24 hours. Great show, great work, Toastmaster Abdul Hair, and they both share the first prize. Toastmaster Abdul Hair also the winner for the table topic session, and for the best main role player. Undoubtedly, there's a person who took 2 roles, TMOD for the differential calculus, integral calculus, and most in the mathematics and definition hyperbola. Also with the time who took the table topic master role also. Great effort, Toastmaster TMOD Nanda. Thanks a lot for a great session over here. And now it's time for the tag role player. The tag role player is shared by 2 people. One is timer role, Pandian. Thanks a lot, Pandian sir, for the on sharp on the timings one. And undoubtedly, the next person who's sharing with us our grammarian Venkatesh Prasad. Thanks a lot, Venkatesh Prasad. You did a great job, and these are the two role players who did a great job here. And surprisingly, overall meeting responses, and the feedback average is 5 rating. Thanks a lot for it. We did a great job, undoubtedly, and we are 10 minutes away. And I come for a conclusion. We'll adjourn the meeting number 33 of Chennai Toastmasters Club. Chennai Toastmasters Club closed at meeting number 33. Thank you, people. Thanks a lot. And I'll just off the meeting recording so that if you want to connect, if you want to